Hey guys, what's up? It's AB Trades here. I know it's been a while, but we're going to get back on this YouTube train here. We're going to start making videos on the daily like I used to. Sorry, it's been a rush with school finals and other projects that I've been trying to do, but now we're going to get back on it and make sure that we're here constantly alerting y'all to stocks and the top stocks to watch out for and the top stocks and everything that we're going to be doing on this channel. If you have never been to this channel, my name is AB Trades and I teach people how to day trade options. So starting with that, this is the Sunday Stock Talk where we do every single week where we talk about the top stocks to watch out for. We always start off with SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF, because it determines where a lot of the big name blue chip stocks are going, as well as it's one of the most liquid. It has one of the most liquid option tables in the stock market. So looking here, we had this huge all-time high resistance here at around 295. Now that we're getting rejected here around this 292, 295 area, we're starting to see this pullback down here to around 280, 281. So that's our huge level of support. We have a huge level of support here. Back here we had these three tops that formed around that level. Now we're seeing a nice pullback with volume starting to step up at this level, showing, hey, we were just retesting this all-time high, creating what we talked about in the past on this channel as a 1, 2, 3 pattern setup. So if you want to look here, we have this 1, 2, coming back up will be our third try. What happens on the third try? Well, it either pushes up and succeeds and starts to rip, or it fails at that level and then it really starts to drop down even harder. So if you're wondering currently what I have set up, I'm testing. I've been back testing strategies and other stuff just to be able to provide y'all with new strategies and new setups and just new ways of looking at the market. And if you don't know what this is called a whole moving average. It's a way to make the moving average more adaptive and receptive to the current price. This is down here is what is called the RSI, or the Relative Strength Index, which shows how strong the trend of the market is. And if you can see here, the trend to the downside is starting to get weak and starting to reverse. So getting back on my predictions on SPY, we're looking at SPY here to bounce, and we have this huge strong candle. So I'd be looking for a bounce to continue up to the upside. Again, the futures market is not open yet, so I can't see what's happening there, but if we can get up above 290 and start to hold this level, then there's no doubt in my mind that we come back up here to retest this 295 and then push up higher. Remember guys, it is the market, and over time it does go up. So long term we're biased to the upside. So if we can get above 290, then we'll be looking to go long. If we can't hold 285, 282.5, then we'll be looking to go short on SPY. Looking here at the group chat, we have Apple being the first stock mentioned. So if we're looking here at Apple, I should have it here. Apple is now starting to see this pullback with SPY after a huge push up from earnings. Now we're starting to get this sell off here around this level of support that we've had in the past right here, right? Coming into support. It's an indecision candle. After an indecision candle, doji followed by a doji, just showing, hey, we're getting indecisive here. We may start seeing that reversal. So we can get above that 200 price point if we can start to move back up, and we'll see that movement up as well as in SPY. Next stock requested is Amazon. Looking here at Amazon, we're starting to see that we're seeing that double top here. We had that RSI divergence here to the downside. That's why we started going higher. If you don't know what that is, just peruse through the YouTube channel and look at the strategies playlist video that I have made. If you want to see here, so we're kind of coming down here to around the 1850 support, which is where we had support back here in the past, around the 1857 level. But again, it really all depends on SPY. If SPY starts to gain some ground to the upside, then so will Amazon and Apple as well, counting it as a dip. So some stocks that I haven't covered before is going to be Cisco. I mean, I have, but not in a while. Looks like we've been coming up here. Now we're starting to see some downside. What we're going to be looking at here on Cisco is maybe a push up here to around $54, where this previous level consolidation was, form almost like a miniature head and shoulders pattern and head back down to the downside. But if we can get up above 54 and hold that level, then we can get back up to 56 and 58 and maybe even higher. So this is either going to be a dip or a slight pullback for a rejection down lower. AMD is going to be our next stock we're breaking down right here. AMD is coming down to this long-term trend line we have here at around $27 as support, Hopefully we can catch this down here to the downside and then catch some room up. Again, AMD does look like it has some upside, but it's being held down by the rest of the market. So hopefully Apple, Amazon, SPY all get up there and help push AMD. Remember, the market all works as a whole for the most part. So if the market's holding down, then single stocks tend to do that as well. Next requested stock is WMT Walmart. Looking here at Walmart, we're stuck in this range of consolidation between $100 and $130. So you can see here resisted, rejected, rejected, coming down, rejected. So this is going to be our 1, 2, 3, and then maybe even fourth time. So if we get that rejection here, we're definitely going to be watching out for a further breakdown lower. Walmart's not one of my favorite stocks because on an intraday basis, it doesn't move enough to make profit. But if you like it, swing trading it on a long term, the options volume is usually there. Looking at the next stock requested is Lyft, L-Y-F-T. This is a new IPO stock that came out, looks like, about a week ago, a month ago. I'm a bit off on my days. But it started selling off ever since the initial open, which is crazy. So we're still starting to sell off here. We don't have much data to go off of, so I'm going to go back at, here to the 15 minutes to get more of a support and resistance fill. If you can see here, we have a whole dollar resistance is looking right at around $56. We kind of came through after we held it a few times, and then we kind of got rejected. So the next level of rejection that we're looking at here is going to be around this 52.20 price point, where we're going to come up and we're going to retest this and then get rejected maybe on the downside. But if we start to get up, then we'll be finding for some more room to the upside. But so far, Lyft is showing some downside momentum. Let's see, a few more stocks here. Baba is one of them. Oh, Baba. Sorry, my typing skills are off. This is a Chinese stock, basically like a Chinese version of Amazon for wholesalers. And if you can see here, if we kind of come out to this stock is pretty much range bound. We're always trading in a range in this stock. We traded below this range, and now we're starting to get back into this range. So the range here is between 195 with a support at 170. So now that we're coming back down to 170, we can see it head back up to 195 and then in reverse and do basically what we did here. This is a range bound stock, so you short the highs and you buy the lows. Apple and MSFT and BA will be our last two stocks. MSFT here, Microsoft. We're starting to get that huge push up. Earnings helped with that gap up. We kind of gave some room back for that sell-off, but it looks like we're starting to regain some ground here, which is the same thing with SPY. We have that huge green candle push. What we'll be looking for is a hold above the whole dollar price point of 128 for tomorrow. If we can get above that, then we can definitely start to rip higher on Microsoft, which will help the rest of the market. If we can't get above that, then we're going to see a nice rejection here at this area before we get that brush down. Last stock here is BA, being Boeing. If we look here, Boeing is on its way down. It kind of had this nice symmetrical triangle pattern after the downtrend, and now we're getting that run. Our strong support that's coming into play is around $340 and $352 as our minor. These are going to be our supports to watch out for as we look for a bounce. But again, we may not see a bounce, and we may just see a return back down to the downside because we have seen a lot of negative news associated with this stock. So again, guys, that is the Sunday Stock Talk. Those are some of the top stocks recommended, some of the top stocks to watch out for, and I hope it does you well as you're preparing for the market. Remember, always, always, always prep, always learn, and stick to your strategy, guys. We're going to have a green week. See you tomorrow with the daily videos that I'm starting to release. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.